It's been 115 years since the gray wolf was eradicated in Indiana and 120 since bears last called this state home. But a small community of Hoosiers is still searching for a large, mysterious mammal they believe still roams these forests. Ethan Sandwise has more.
In winter, when the trees are bare, it's hard to imagine 7-foot-tall creatures hiding in Morgan County. But Bigfoot researchers are convinced they're here.
He just laughed at us and blew us off. But yet, when you went in their garage, they had pictures of him on their lockers.
Leroy Nail leads the Indiana Bigfoot Research Organization, whose Facebook group has over 3,000 members. He's been researching Bigfoot for 10 years.
There's a lot of people will say, let's go Bigfoot hunting. Well, that's bad terminology because we're not hunting anything. All we're trying to do is to research and understand what might be going on.
Nail and another researcher took us to a site where they'd gathered evidence such as footprints and hair. We were looking for signs that might be attributed to Bigfoot. For most in academia, Bigfoot research exists beyond the edge of credibility. But a few scholars say those experiences need to be taken seriously.
There are instances where people are almost traumatized by what they've seen. And when we encounter something that we can't necessarily make sense of, it's something very human to want to close that gap.
Robert Dobler is a lecturer at Indiana University's Folklore Institute. What's important to him isn't whether Bigfoot can be verified. He's interested in the way Bigfoot narratives travel and how people come to terms with experiences that can be profound and terrifying.
Generally, it's an unsought encounter. People encounter something in the woods that they did not expect to see, and it's often met with terror, a lot of fear.
But members of the Bigfoot Research Organization actively seek these encounters.
I've had things thrown at me, noises all the way around me. I know that they've been around me, but I haven't had that actual visual sighting. So that's what I'm always chasing.
Many Bigfoot researchers are reluctant to share their experiences.
There's a lot at stake for somebody if you've got a nice, stable, comfortable life to come forward. So it really speaks volumes for those that do come forward. It's another kind of tick on the side of maybe they did actually experience something.
Myself, I get made fun of all the time. I have everybody that I work with that kind of laughs at me. But at the same time, a lot of those people will make fun of you in front of everybody, but then a little bit later they'll come up and go, hey, let me tell you what happened.
Nail's organization wants people to discuss the subject without fear of being judged. Nail presents his research at lectures, such as this one at the Morgan County Library. The crowd is a mix of interested adults, parents, and children.
There's a hack if you make a fist and put your elbow, put it in the footprint. If it's that long, it means it's a big footprint.
Our culture, Western culture, has been very resistant to allow anything that is experiential over evidential into our discourse.
Even for Nail, the search for evidence is secondary to what it means to be a researcher.
Because what really gets people into doing this is it's not really getting answers, because they always leave you with questions. It's always, what just happened? I can't explain what just happened.
You know, what would happen if one of these groups did find Bigfoot? What happens next? What happens to the shape of these of the subculture? What happens to these groups? Do they double down on their efforts to find more, or does it start to kind of lose interest?
I'd hate to see it. I'd hate to see that happen. Because the first thing that they're going to do is someone's going to say, I'm going to have that mounted on my wall. These are part human. When people see them, they'll tell you, that was human.
Around him, yeah. He's totally mad.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Ethan Sandwise.